Imagine this. You're standing at the edge of a decision that could change everything, but a voice whispers, "You're not ready." It's not your enemy speaking. It's you. Here's the paradox. The doubt that feels like protection is the very thing imprisoning you. Why do we trust our fears more than our potential? Why does the mind sabotage itself, wrapping chains in the illusion of safety? The deepest manipulation isn't from society or critics. It's the silent war inside, where self-doubt masquerades as wisdom. What if everything you've believed about your limits was a lie? The tragedy isn't that you doubt yourself. It's that you were taught to. Carl Jung called it the shadow, the part of you that absorbs every you can't, and you shouldn't, until it speaks in your own voice. Nietzsche saw it as slave morality, a societal sickness that praises humility, not as virtue, but as control. And Viktor Frankl warned, when we are no longer able to change a situation, we are challenged to change ourselves. Yet here's the trap. Your mind confuses familiarity for truth. The more you hear, "I'm not enough," the more your brain accepts it as law. But what if the cage was never locked? This is how self-doubt metastasizes. Not in dramatic failures, but in the invisible moments, the job you didn't apply for, the idea you dismissed before speaking it, the love you deemed yourself unworthy of. Cognitive scientists call it loss aversion. Your brain would rather preserve a broken certainty than risk an uncertain triumph. Culture amplifies it. Social media feeds on comparison. Education systems reward obedience over originality. Soon, you're not just doubting your choices, you're doubting your right to choose. But the greatest cost? You've mistaken the map for the territory. The limits exist in your mind long before they manifest in reality. What if you've been negotiating with a phantom? The escape begins with a single, blasphemous thought. What if I am not the narrator of my doubts, but the audience? Schopenhauer was right. Man can do what he wills, but he cannot will what he wills. Yet here's the key. You need not stop the doubts, only to disbelieve them. History's freest minds operated on this principle. Van Gogh painted masterpieces while whispering, "I am no artist." Frida Kahlo transformed pain into art while bedridden. They didn't wait for confidence. They acted despite the screaming chorus of inadequacy. Try this. For the next 24 hours, treat every self-doubting thought as a foreign language. You need not obey what you don't understand. The prison door was never locked. You were just leaning against it. Now, the final revelation. Here is the secret that unravels it all. Doubt is not your enemy. It is the shadow of your potential. The greater the vision, the louder the resistance. This is why the ancients spoke of amor fati, the love of fate, Nietzsche's ultimate rebellion. Not to silence the doubt, but to walk with it as a companion who whispers, "What if you're wrong?" Only for you to smile and reply, "What if I'm not?" The breakthrough comes when you realize confidence is not the absence of fear, but the recognition that you are the one who gets to decide what matters. So stand at the edge again. But this time, when the voice says you're not ready, answer, "Good, let's begin anyway."